Did you know that some of your daily interactions might be accidentally untraining your dog? The following are some common ways we untrain our dogs. 1. Training dogs not to jump. Reacting to a leaping dog is almost reflexive, and that's how jumping up becomes a habit. Whether it's scolding a dog to get him to stop or reaching down to give a few pats before pushing him off, this is one example of untraining that's almost universal. Leaping on people is rewarding for dogs because it works. Your excited dog makes contact with you, and more often than not, he gets acknowledged when he does it. Even angry acknowledgement is enough to keep the behavior alive. The secret to curbing a jumping habit is to teach your dog that he is invisible unless he has 4 paws on the floor. Instead of telling your dog to get off or pushing him, turn your body away the second his front feet starts to come off the ground. Don't acknowledge your dog while he's leaping. And the moment he manages to keep 4 on the floor, turn back to him and say hello. If he jumps again, repeat the process. Training dogs not to jump, especially if they've been doing it for a while, will take time. 2. Leash pulling. In training class, you probably learned that your dog's leash should always be slack. But the reality is that you probably let your dog pull you occasionally, like when you are in a hurry. The problem is that a pulling habit is a mix of muscle memory and your dog realizing that pulling works for him. Dogs can quickly learn that a tight dog leash means forward motion. That's the muscle memory aspect. So that combined with allowing him to get where he wants to go will change the way your dog walks on a leash over time. To keep your dog from developing a lifelong pulling habit, make sure to remain fully present during leash walks, meaning don't zone out on your phone. Be aware of the moment when your dog's leash starts to get tight, and stop walking so that he realizes that a tight leash no longer means forward motion. If your dog's pulling habit is becoming entrenched, bring dog treats with you and revisit the basic lessons you learned in dog training class. 3. Dealing with begging dogs. It's natural to want to share goodies with your dog, but doing so can morph from something you do occasionally to something your dog demands every time you have a plate. Dogs quickly learn that your food can also be theirs. Begging is rewarding for dogs because they get paid with a potent reinforcer when they do it: food and your attention. Whether you are prepping a meal at the counter or sitting at the kitchen table enjoying dinner, if you give your dog an occasional goodie, he's quickly associate both of those scenarios with shared food. If your dog is begging for food at every meal, redirect his attention by giving him something to do at meal times. Dog treat toys make your dog work to earn a tasty payoff, not your food. If your dog begs anytime you have food, avoid giving in, no matter how hard he tries. You likely see the begging behavior get worse before it gets better. But if you don't give in, your dog will learn that begging no longer works.